Hello and welcome to this week's Weekly Knit Chit Chat. If you're new around here, hello and welcome. My name is Jessica. I am the knitting pattern designer behind Snickerdoodle Knits, the facilitator and host behind the Design Circle and the Design Circle podcast and all those things. I like to host a weekly knit chit chat where we just hang out and knit and chat. So, how have you been? How's your week been? If you're here live, go ahead and pop in the comments 3 words to describe your week. And if you're not watching live, go ahead and share that as well. I am going to sit here and count stitches. I got the first 2 sections counted, and I really don't want to keep putting it off because it's something that I feel like I should do every single time I hop on here. So what do you do when you count stitches? Do you make everybody be quiet? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Do you count by a certain number? Like every 2 stitches or something? 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, hello, 42, 44, I'm just counting stitches before I get started, don't mind me, and I'm definitely probably already messed this up, so that was a not so brilliant idea. 6, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 6, 88, 90. I have somewhere around 91 stitches. And I don't know if that's how many I should have. Where's the back? Oh, that's the back. Okay, I'm not that far off. I knew that my numbers were already off as it was. Hi, Marie Elise. I have finally counted stitches, at least for 3 of the 5 sections, which I've been talking about doing for weeks. Because every time I pick it up, I just knit and I don't know how close I am to. I thought I had actually worked past where I needed to. I don't actually remember what size I'm knitting, so that tells you how amazing of a knitter I am. What I tell people when they're knitting is to circle the instructions so you know what size you're working. Do I take my own advice? Sometimes not. So anyway, I have 41 stitches for the front, and I think I need 39. So I have a couple extra there. I have 85 and I need 86 for the sleeve. So that's not too bad. And I have 91 when I need 95 for the back. So I'll just do a little bit of manipulation and I'll actually count my stitches again, I suppose, when I'm not trying to talk on the camera so that I know that I actually have an accurate number. Maybe I'll go ahead and keep knitting, I guess. So always go through with a highlighter. Yes, that's what you're supposed to do, but I actually, a lot of times, because so much of what I knit is from my own designs, I do it from the computer, so I just highlight on the computer what size I'm working through, and then I just go back and remove all the highlights. But here I am not working on my own design, and so I actually have it printed and have not done what I should have done. So I'm gonna grab a stitch marker here because I have dropped the one that I was using. Hi, Natalia. I don't think you guys were here when I said go ahead and let me know how your week's been. What are 3 words to describe your week? I did pick 3 words this time. And of course I don't have stitch markers in this case. That's lovely. Do you think I can find them in my bag? Yeah, my 3 words, I said rest and productive and questions. And I found it kind of ironic that I said both rest and productive. I've been doing more resting, not pushing myself as much, and sometimes I feel like I'm being lazy because of that. But looking back on the week, it's like, well, I actually got a fair bit done. And no, my stitch marker is not in my bag, so I guess I'll just use a ring. Busy, lovely, and productive. Love it. Yeah, so since we last chatted, I did get... Had I even gotten the one pattern to my tech editor yet? I don't think so. So I did get both of these patterns to the tech editor finally, and I got them back from her and I made the edits today, which means that test knitting starts today. I was just working on creating the test knits on Yarn Pond. Ran out of time, had to hop on here. But those will be up tonight. So if you are interested in test knitting and you're on my test knitting email list, you will receive an email tonight. Otherwise, you can go onto Yarn Pond, and they'll be on Yarn Pond. Hello, Erica. Excited to have you here. How's your week been? Do you have 3 words to describe your week? Yeah, so that was part of the productive part, was getting, well, the whole pattern for this one written and whatever I had left on the other one. So that was exciting. I guess for anybody who's not familiar with the designs, I have the In a Mood series collection. The Shawl has already been released several months ago. And then there's the scarf and the cowl, and the idea is that they have 4 stitch motifs that you can repeat however, whenever you want. You can use whichever stitches you want. You can change your colors whenever you want. So for this one, I kind of just kept going through the stitches. And this one I did as large sections. So there's the drop stitch, garter rope inside out, and lace. And then in each pattern I have 7, if you just want to do different combinations already given to you, 7 different simple pattern instructions, and then I have the instructions for the samples that I made. So this is that's a good question. I think this is the medium size for the cowl, and this is the large size. So for the cowl, the sizes are based on diameter, because that's the number of stitches you cast on. For the recommended sizes for the scarf, it's just based on the number of loops. So I said if you want 1 loop, that's a small. If you want 2 loops, that's a medium. And if you want 3 loops, that's a large. So that's how I did the sizing there. But it's super easy to customize however long you want it. If you want a different size cowl besides the 3, I think it's a multiple of 4, I say in the pattern. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying knitting my samples. Just fun to kind of just go with the flow and not worry about it being perfect and following something perfectly. Busy, eventful, and colorful. Your hands are pink from dyeing yarn. That's so fun. I hope it's been a good busy and a good eventful. Yeah, oh, okay, another pattern that I've been working on. So this week it's been actually designing patterns. Who knew I actually still did that? So yesterday I started the math and all of that stuff for my first pullover design. This is my last swatch for my gauge, for my math, and yeah, so I'm super excited. I just have to finish the math, and then I get to cast on my sample for my first pullover design. The yarn is so beautiful. This is Camp Fiber Yarns by Laura. This is Baltic Amber, I believe is this color. It's really pretty. So it'll be super simple design with ribbing at the top. Most of it will be stockinette, and spoiler alert, the bottom, it'll be deeper than this, but the bottom will be herringbone, so herringbone band down at the bottom. So I'm really excited. I still need to work out how I want to bind off, but I was just super excited to get the swatch off. So that's where I'm at with that, which is super, super exciting. Yeah, and then as soon as that one's done, I have another pullover for In Tandem that I am designing. I have not worked on this cardigan since the last time we chatted, so this is where it was last time. And I guess before I go any farther, I feel like this is now an awkward breakup call. I have decided that I'm going to take a break from Instagram for a while. I've talked quite a bit lately about just being overwhelmed and all sorts of emotions and things. I'm doing a lot better with a lot of that, but I'm still feeling very drained and exhausted around just several parts of my business, including Instagram. And I decided it will be healthy to step away from Instagram. So I've decided just today that I'm going to take September off from Instagram. I still will open the app and stuff, so if you send a message, I'll probably see it. And I will still do my featured guest designer in September, who is Megan Jones, who was one of the designers with the Knitter's Planner. So I'll probably have pre-scheduled a couple of posts about that. But otherwise, I'm just trying to not feel obligated or, around Instagram. And I know lots of other people have talked about this, so I know it's not something, it's probably not something new to you. And so, anyway, I'm trying to find my mojo again, I guess. Trying to find my passion, spend time on my business doing things that I really enjoy doing. Rediscovering what that is, what that means for me. So I don't know what all the future looks like. If you want to stay in touch, I have my email newsletter I'll still keep up with. You can find links to that. I'm sure I'll also share more before my break. It feels weird to announce that I'm leaving because it doesn't matter that much, but it's more for my sake, so I don't feel guilty that I've just ghosted you, I guess. So I've decided the month of September, right now I'm not going to feel bad if it goes beyond that. I will be releasing these patterns in October, so I'll probably do something on Instagram then, but I'll definitely share it with my email newsletter. And if you sign up for any of my freebies, so I think right now linked in my bio is the free Sunshine Dishcloth pattern. If you sign up for any of those, that signs you up for my knitting email list. I also have an email list for designers, which is probably easiest to find via the Design Circle, Pattern Design Circle, my Instagram account for Pattern Design Circle. But if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. It's just I have always loved Instagram, even when people started hating it. But now it feels like it's zapping a lot of my energy, draining a lot of my energy. I don't know, where was I going with that? Oh, part of that was what I've always really loved is communicating with you in stories, but in DMs, direct messages, in comments, and now it's like every time I open the app for business purposes, I just like feel it just feels like a dread, like I'm dreading it, even talking, and that's really sad because I don't want it to be that way. So anyway, I guess these live videos are going to be on hold for a month. I thought I was thinking next Thursday might be the last day of August, but it's the first day of September, so I thought I would have another call, but yeah. Thank you, Marie-Lise. She said, well, you'll be here whenever I'm back. And yeah, something I've been thinking about is the fact that there are other ways we can communicate too. Like, I was even thinking about that, like stepping away on from a personal account. It's like there's so many people that I only connect with on Instagram, and that's kind of weird. But like there's other places. There's email. I do have a Discord channel, which is probably linked in my bio as well. I'm not super active there, but if you comment there, I'll respond. I try to share some updates there, but anyway, I'm just hoping that, I guess, taking a bit of a break from Instagram when I know that it's not a place I'm feeling positive energy right now. Except, like, I do still enjoy these calls. So, anyway, yeah, I guess that's enough about that. Marie-Lise asked, my pullover with camp fiber yarns, is it going to be DK? Yes, it's going to be DK, and I'm so excited. Yeah, so this is a DK weight base. I'm kind of trying to only work with DK now because I love it so much. I say that as I'm knitting. That's part of the reason this cardigan is going so slowly for me, because it's fingering weight. I love working with DK. I love how squishy it is. I love how quickly it works up. Yeah, so yes, it will be DK. Do you like DK? And my other pullover will also be DK. So that is exciting, at least for me. Yay, I hope my needles will be free for your test knit. Ooh, that for this test knit, right? That would be super exciting. Okay, so I think our plan is to release it in January, and I believe folks recommend at least 8 weeks for test knitting a garment. So I will probably try to start testing early October, maybe. We'll see, but feel free to email me, Marie-Lise, or DM me or whatever, to figure out, as I'm working on it, what the timeline's looking like, because that would be wonderful. And my other pullover is going to be due to tech editing when, like November, early November maybe. So I will be working on these definitely back to back. And that, which means I will then have at least 2 samples or 2 hand knit pullovers for myself within like a month and a half from now, probably, at most 2 months. And then for this one, I will be working a second sample as well. So I will have a 3rd pullover before too long. I'll probably have all 3 done. I'm sure I will have all 3 done before I have my cardigan done, which, if you're new around here, haven't been paying attention to progress, this is a project I started way back in November of last year. Yeah. So, for anyone who hasn't seen this yarn, this is the main color, and then this is the contrasting color that I'm going to be using down at the bottom. So that's going to be super fun. It's always, of course, fun to see it knit up too. Maria Elise, what all do you have on your needles right now? I know that you were working on a secret shawl design for Tippy Tree Yarns. And I'm going to see who else is on here right now. Maybe they've changed where I see stuff. Oh, it's Natalia still on here. Natalia, what's on your needles? Yeah, so then what else have I been up to? Feels like I've been up to a lot of calls this week and will for the next week as well, which has its pluses and minuses. I love interacting with people, find it a lot of really encouraging, being able to just talk through things and stuff like that, but then of course it's one of those things like when I've been tracking my time since the beginning of June, and there's a lot of time that goes into calls, so sometimes wonder if it's as necessary, but it's something that lights me up, so it's probably good. And then the other thing is that the design circle is almost a year old. It started Labor Day weekend. Well, I first sold it Labor Day weekend last year. I didn't start it until like mid-September or maybe even end of September. But anyway, design circle is almost a year old, so I've been thinking about some fun stuff for that. I think I'm going to do a promotion where anybody who joins the design circle as a new member in September will get a free coaching call with me, which will be fun because I also love my coaching calls. Yeah, and I think I mentioned last time too, just thinking about some different things for the future of the design circle, but I'm working on renewal stuff because I changed checkout systems. Just made the admin a pain, but yeah. And then I guess I kind of already talked about this, but the other item I have on my list was because I've been noticing my energy is so low, missing a lot of enthusiasm that I'm used to having. I've been thinking a lot about, you know, what actually lights me up, what's actually worth my time and energy, what's actually important to me, all of those like important things that I talk about with designers in general. I feel like I'm coming back to again. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Maria Lee said she's knitting the sample for that shawl while the test knit is in progress and soaking upcoming socks pattern to be vlogged during your chat. It's so fun. Wonderful. That's exciting. Do you have anything? What yarn weight is the shawl that you're knitting for Julie Andrews? Mystery Knit Along. Is that a DK weight? Do you have another DK weight project on? I guess is where I was going with that. Natalia is working on a garment. It's a design in progress, and I don't know yet if it will be sleeveless or something with sleeves. That sounds fun. Is that fingering weight as well, Natalia? I see Marie Elise said hers is fingering weight. And on that conversation, what's your favorite yarn weight, either of you, to work with? I feel like I found I really love DK weight, but it seems like fingering weight tends to be like the most popular. Hello, I see a couple more folks joined. Welcome. Feel free to share how you've been, what you've been up to, what projects you've been working on. I just finished kind of sharing my weekly update. So if you're curious to hear all about that, the replay will be up. Also, all of the replays also go up on YouTube. And that might be something worth sharing, given that I'm planning to take a little bit of a break from Instagram, or maybe a bit of a break from Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel. And I have like my podcast episodes and the Weekly Knit Chit Chat videos and a bunch of tutorials and different stuff over there. So you can come hang out with me over there too. Maria Lee said, so hard to choose. I love both fingering and DK. It depends on the project. That's fair enough. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a couple fingering weight projects that I like to wear. I'm specifically thinking of my Hope Shawl. It's a single ply, and so it's like fuzzier, softer. But I love knitting with DK, and I love wearing DK, which doesn't necessarily fit with living in the South, but it is what it is, I guess. Natalia said, yep, fingering takes a lot of time. Yeah. It's kind of funny, like we know, we're used to, like, if you make a garment or something, it's gonna take a lot of time. And for me, it's kind of entertaining, like, how frustrated I get with how time-consuming a fingering weight project is compared to DK weight. I don't know. I guess I also love how quick a bulky weight project is. But that's definitely not a yarn weight I love to wear. Although this pattern, the Nestled Diamonds blanket, that's a bulky weight. This is one of my designs. It's available on Ravelry and all the places, of course, but it's like a baby blanket size, or a stroller size, or a throw size, or I don't know, there's a whole bunch of sizes there. But I really enjoy working with this yarn. It's Loops and Threads Charisma, just from Michael's craft store, and super soft and cozy. It's 100% acrylic, but it's looking really beautiful on the camera. Let me see if when I pull it up, you can see it kind of is pilling a bit here. You can kind of see there. I did have a wash to this, so I don't think that helped either. But as far as just like the durability, like how long it looks really nice. It looks so much better on the camera. That's funny. Like from a distance it still looks really nice, but up close it just is kind of like looking a little bit ratty and stuff. But yeah. Oh, I don't know. There's just too many options. Some fingering tees can end up quickly. Well, okay, and I've had this conversation with you too before about how, like, it's funny how my brain, did I just lose another stitch marker? My brain is like, oh, a 3-skein fingering weight shawl or a 3-skein DK weight shawl, like, no big deal, I love to knit that. And then, like, this cardigan, it's only 3 skeins for my size. I'm just like, it's taking forever. It's probably has more to do with the fact that I'm not spending the actual time to knit it up, but because I do feel like fingering weight makes more sense for, like, tees. I'm really excited to have the pullovers and see how well they work in DK weight for the climate here. But at the same time, I basically live indoors, so I wear stuff with hoods and long sleeves, even when it's 85 degrees outside. So there's that too. Hello, Zozo. I don't know your actual name. I apologize. And it's not letting me click. How have you been? What have you been up to? I think that's pretty much everything I've been up to. Is there anybody who wants to come on live to show their projects or anything like that? Again, I know we have a couple more people on that weren't on earlier, so this cowl and this scarf, the test knits, will be opening tonight. So keep an eye on Yarn Pond and my stories, or if you're on my test knitting email list, you'll receive an email tonight. So, and then the patterns will be released in October. This pattern is actually already available for pre-order on Ravelry. And I already promised that if you purchase this cowl before I actually release it, I'll send you this pattern for free as well. So you get both. Yeah. Anyone wanting to hop on live? No, we want to keep it short and simple again. Oh, and for the folks who weren't on earlier, I have decided to take an Instagram break. Seems to be a popular thing to do lately. But yeah, so feel free to watch the replay for all those details. Natalia, I will invite you. Hello.
Oh, loud.
How are you?
Hey, good.
Good. So what have you been working on?
And show you later. So I think in June or sometime I jumped to your live and show you this piece I was working. Now it's more. So this is middle part, and now it was worked from bottom up, and now I'm working side to side here. Still on my needle here, I can open.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks super fun. So you're still working on the body. You're just working towards like the seams.
Yes, towards seams, and then we'll decide what will be going this part. If I will go more sleeve, or like a longer sleeve, or I will leave more like a sleeve. So I finished toward seams and connect this, and then see what's going on in this area, and then decide. Yeah.
That sounds super fun. What yarn are you using?
This is fingering. Yes, it's fingering weight. That's why it takes. And I started in June, but then put it aside because I was working on different projects. And so just recently, a couple of weeks ago, start over with this site. I don't know how it take me. But recently, so I started driving it from places to places, more and more and more. So it's been more waiting time in car and progress. I see the progress.
It really helps when you have like a reason to just sit and knit, and sitting in the car or things like that can help.
Yeah, so yeah, I take my project bag, so it's like more like a basket with me in the car. So if I have a couple minutes, I'll need and so on. And also, yesterday I was on soccer field waiting for my boys to finish their practice. So again, I was knitting and so on. Yeah.
Fun. What's the yarn brand name? What?
This is actually from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, okay.
But it was hand dye collection there. I don't know exactly. Hand dye authentic, I think the name on a yarn brand. Yeah. And it's merino and something else. And so silky and soft. I just can't stop it. It's nice to feel it. Yeah.
That's fun. That's nice. So
Yeah,
are your
colors also great. So it's so colorful and beautiful.
yes. So are your kids back in school now?
Kids starting Monday, but this week it's also lots about school.
Yes. Yes.
Orientation, some meet the teacher, some open house, something.
Yeah.
Let's start the school.
Yes, I remember you saying that now. I did know that. We drove by the middle school yesterday, and it was like 5:30 or something in the afternoon, in the evening. And all these kids are like walking into the school with their backpacks on, and so I figured it must be be able to get into their lockers and different things or something, because
Probably, yeah.
it just looked like all these kids were coming to school in the evening.
Spending a night there, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, fun. And when did soccer start again?
Soccer was already in full swing, so they start early and will be till November, and then little break, and then again.
I see. Yes. My my little brother, he's a sophomore in high school, and he does soccer. So.
Okay.
Yep. So I was just hearing about it yesterday when I was talking to him on the phone. Well, that's super fun. What's the crafts you have hanging behind you on the wall?
Oh, this is crochet different kind of flowers and leaves, and I put them together. And this is so it's more like embroidery on a canvas, and then I paint between this embroidery.
That's super fun.
Mix. Just I was trying to find these big leaves, and then decide maybe I do something with yarn around this leaf, and they kind of too white, then the paint.
That's super fun. They're cute. Do you do a lot of different kind of artsy stuff like that?
Not much. Yeah, I have this leaf and I think one more somewhere. And recently also I made little cross stitch project, but sometimes I also go to these places when you paint and drink.
Yeah.
But I don't drink there. I just paint.
Yes.
So, and I have a couple of people there, and probably that's it. That's enough.
Well, that's fun. Yeah, I'm wanting to get back into my hobbies a bit more again, like besides knitting stuff, because I haven't been super great about spending a lot of time with them. So
Yeah, it's fun, and yeah, just pure joy to do something that you like, and it's not like you intended to do something specific. It's like more creative.
yes.
Like,
Yeah. And I love, like when you don't put your pressure on yourself for it to be like something specific and to be really amazing or something. Like, seems like it makes the process more enjoyable.
yeah, sure. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like you need to finish this picture like in one day or something.
Yeah,
Just
it doesn't.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be Picasso quality and done in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. Thanks so much for hopping on.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to share? Any other projects you've been working on?
Not project, but today I got new books. Yeah, I can show you. One stitch dictionary. Big one.
Oh, fun. 500
crochet stitches. Yeah, I saw already this book. I think I took once in the library and some, so I know a little bit. And I have from this same publisher stitch dictionary with knit stitch.
Is it 750 knitting stitches or something?
Yeah. Yes.
I have that one.
Okay. This is a dictionary, and this book, someone, who was this, talk about this book recently in our call, in design circle call.
I think Kim McBrien Evans mentioned it.
Probably, yeah. But I think also Sarah talked about this book also before. So I finally got this book. And this one, have no idea, but jump in my basket. One piece knit. So it's lots of tables with different sizes and different, I think, gauges also. So it just came today. I didn't dive too much in. And couple projects. So it's also, I think, top-down raglans, yoke, and also side-to-side pieces, and even back to front. So you start on the back and then go. So we'll be doing lots of reading soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I mean, not necessarily fortunately, but, like with stitch dictionaries and things, it's not like you're actually reading it from front to back.
Yeah, but you first dive in and see what you see. Maybe some ideas start popping in your head, and then you start marking pages. This is maybe will be in this project, and so then you have lots of bookmarks.
Yes. But it's not like just reading a big textbook.
No. But I think this is book you have read actually.
Yeah, she has some good, and then she has like information to read, and then she also has a bunch of patterns in there.
Yes. Yeah. I wanna check this, what it's all about, and so we'll see.
Yeah, I actually used it quite a bit to reference just different things for my pullover that I'm designing. So yeah,
that's my today.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. So what designs do you have planned for the future coming up?
For a tandem. And I got the yarn today.
You got your yarn?
Yeah, I got the yarn. Yes.
Are you happy with it? Does it look like what you expected it to look like?
Yeah. 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 It is nice. Yeah.
Okay. I don't actually remember what colors you asked for, but I shouldn't ask you to share it here because it's still a secret on Instagram.
No, it's still in my office room. I'll go around to then finally unpack, and yeah, I need time to enjoy for myself first.
Yeah. Well, this is so fun. Thanks as always for hopping on.
Yeah, thank you.
Best of luck with your garment design.
Thank you. I need a little bit, maybe, luck. Okay.
I'll talk to you later. I'm sure it'll turn out great. That was fun. I'm guessing Maria Lisa's, yep, Maria Lisa's still on. Marie, are you wanting to share anything yourself? Like your socks coming up or anything like that? If not, no worries. It looks like it's just the two of you live right now. So, I guess while I wait for a response, I did actually think of my motivational, inspirational advice piece beforehand this time. And that was to pay attention to your energy. I think I've talked about this a few different times, but just pay attention to the things that bring you energy, that fill your cup, and the things that are draining you and feeling exhausting, and being mindful of that. And if you want to make shifts, then you can make shifts. But I see Marie Elise has requested to join. Hello!
Hi, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And you know, I mean it. We'll be here whenever you get back. And if you don't get back, we'll find you. We'll follow you. We'll find you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be back eventually, but right now I'm in the mood where I'm like, I don't care if I come back.
And that's so important. And even though I saw that when you started talking about it, you were minimizing it a little bit. And we tend to do that for ourselves. You know, oh, other people have been saying, but if it's important for you in the moment, it means that it's important, and it's probably important for somebody else too.
Yeah.
So
it was so weird to start just to start talking about it here, because like it just like suddenly felt like it was like a breakup with like my followers, and that's like not what it is.
No, you're not breaking up with us. You can't get rid of us that easily. Just
I don't want to
try ghosting us. Will be, you know, the creepy people trying to follow you around. So don't worry about it. But I do think that it's an important conversation, and it's it happens to a lot of people, a lot of us periodically, and I think we have to listen to ourselves.
Yeah, it's doesn't do us any good to just push through and force it, because then you just hate it more.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there's a rabbit in the backyard. So, yeah. They're patiently or impatiently waiting. So one is whoop, one's there, just wondering. Mom, you said we were going out, but yeah, I didn't want to go out before I said goodbye. But you did ask, but I just literally, as you were asking me, I was putting these. They're wet. I was putting. So these are my design. That's coming out August 31st. So yeah, I really like them. I'm super happy with them. They make me smile every time I look at them. And knitting them was just fun. So I hope they're fun for somebody else too. And the test knitters are having fun too. So that's
always good. Yeah, they look like such a simple but fun knit, which is like some of my favorite, because it's not super difficult, but it's still interesting.
Yes, and that's what I try to do. And I can't wait for people to see the shawl. I'm just like so excited about it, and I'm really happy with it. But I wanted the shawl to be something, because it's Julie Andrews, and for me, she represents joy, and I wanted it to be a joyful knit. I didn't want it complicated, but I didn't want it boring, because she's not a boring person.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you can't think of Mary Poppins or Maria and think boring. So I wanted it to be fun, but I wanted it an interesting, but I didn't want it complicated. So there's no stitch marker to move. Like you have almost no counting. I think there's one row in one section. There's one row that you need to count. and then you're set for the next 10 rows. And then one row you need to go, and then it kind of sets you up. And I wanted that. I wanted another rabbit. But that's what I wanted. I wanted something that was, sorry, I'm taking everybody.
That's okay. You're good.
But I wanted something joyful, something fun, but simple enough that you didn't have to overthink it. You could just be in the moment and just, be in that joyful moment. That's what I need right now. And I thought I'm probably not the only one.
Yes.
So I'm happy with how it turned out. And Tiffany just came out with colors that are just brilliant. I'm so happy with it.
Oh.
It's just so happy. So yeah, it made me so happy. Actually, as I was knitting it this afternoon, I watched Mary Poppins.
Oh, that's so fun.
Alone, just me and the dogs. Just yes. Yeah, I'm 51. I watch Mary Poppins.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Yep. So yeah, we need to do stuff that's fun for us. But I'm really looking forward to releasing it, and I'm gonna start working on another shawl next week for somebody else. Just for fun.
When does the mystery knit along for the Julie Andrews show?
So the mystery knit along is throughout November. So Tiffany asked people if they preferred November or December, and I was surprised. I thought people would go for the Advent, but people are so busy that they said they would prefer November.
Yeah.
So and I think that's fun. So we'll be running it all through the 4 main weeks of November. So people can still. I don't know if it's appropriate to plug it in, but if people are interested and curious, they can check out Tiffany's site, like Tippy Tree Yarns, and I don't know how long the pre-order will be up, but I know it's still up now. She won't need time to dye it and get it to people, but yeah, and the sweetest thing, for your smile file, I already know what 2 things are in my smile file already for tomorrow. But my local yarn store person, just one of the people who works there, but the one I know the best, she wrote me a little message. And when she saw that I was designing my shawl for that, she actually hopped on board and she ordered the kit. And I thought that was so sweet.
Yes. That's fun.
And the other one is my neighbor just brought up. She brought this up yesterday. I have to say my neighbor does not speak any English or French. And, well, it's not the neighbor. It's the parents of the neighbor. They come from India and they love gardening. And they brought this.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday. And she could not. And somehow she did not speak any English. And I could not speak any other Indian dialect, and somehow we understood each other. We had a whole little conversation in 2 different languages, and somehow I ended up with veggies. And yeah, smile. I thought of you immediately, and I think that's whether or not you're on Instagram in September. I know that's going to stay with a lot of us.
Good. Yeah, that's so fun. I had thought about should I just schedule those so that they post even if I'm not there.
And I'm not techie, so I wouldn't know how to even prepare stuff in advance. I know nothing. I'm just winging it. But I mean, now I know how to hop on with you. I probably won't know how to hop off, but I wouldn't know how to do that. But if you do, I think people really love it. And whether or not sometimes people don't interact with the post, doesn't mean they don't see it and it does not make a positive impact in their day. I know you know this, so.
But I appreciate hearing it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's true, and you do, and I know Instagram is like that though, and all social media. We feel that if people are not interacting, that maybe they're not seeing it. But now I know that if I'm not interacting, I try to, but sometimes I don't for whatever reason that day. And I know that it still sometimes make an impact. So I'm just, I almost lost you, but I'm here. But I'm reminding you that you do make a difference. You make a positive impact.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
My two idiots are here, so that's just for your smile file.
They're so cute.
They are very intent on that bunny rabbit, so I'm going to take them out and make them forget about it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. Enjoy your walk.
You're lovely. Are you going to be on next week? Or you're not? No.
I know. What? Yeah, I thought that September didn't start till Friday, but since it starts on Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and not do it next week.
I think
because as soon as I start avoiding the boundary, I'm just gonna let go of it altogether.
I don't. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Stick to your guns.
Yes. Yes.
I wish you a beautiful weekend, and I hope that however long you take off is exactly what you need.
Yes. Thank you so much. And, of course, feel free to reach out to me on email or whatever, too.
I probably will. You take care.
All right. Thank you. Good to chat.
Are you going to bump me off?
I don't know how to anymore.
I will try. That's just the camera, and it's okay. I'm going to just bump myself off of Instagram completely.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your week.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of this week's Weekly Knit Chit Chat. We ended up filling a full hour. So thank you so much for listening in, whether you're live or you're tuning into the replay. Thanks so much for sharing the little corner of the universe with me. I think that's something Kalisha of Nadir Tani and Crafty Money Craftcast, she says. But I really appreciate you. Appreciate all of the support and the love. And yeah, if you want to stay in touch over the next month, feel free to email me, join my Discord community, all of the things. All of my patterns will still be available. Yeah, I'm just taking a little bit of a breather. I'll still be working, just not on Instagram. So with that, remember that you are on your own journey, and so do what you can to make sure you enjoy it. Find the beauty in the little things and the big things, and just pay attention more to the things that fill you up, that light you up, that you feel thankful for, and that encourage you. So I hope you know that you're not alone on this journey, and I can't wait to chat again sometime in the future, whatever that looks like. So sending big hugs and best wishes for a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'll talk to you later.